morning, ladies and gentlemen. We could ask everybody to take their respective places. We'll get ready with our program for this Veterans Day celebration this year. Now, if I could have the DMA color guard do our presentation of colors, please. I gotta get it the way. Oh. We'd like to thank and recognize in a special way today, for the first time appearing with us is the DMA Chorus, and we'd like to thank Jennifer Kelman, the choral director, and Marissa Berlant, the accompanist, who will be celebrating with us today at our 2014 Veterans Tribute here at the Wilmington and Western Railroad. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you today. I welcome you to our annual Veterans Day commemoration at the Wilmington and Western Railroad. I'm grateful that you have chosen to be with us today as we honor and pay tribute to those who chose to defend the freedom of our nation's flag. The veterans we salute this day have fought in various conflicts and wars that are part of this country's rich history. We are also paying tribute to all those who are or have recently defended the United States of America in the present war. I would like to acknowledge our special guests that are present with us today. New this year, as I said, the Delaware Military Academy Chorus. We'd also like to welcome all the folks here from the Delaware Military Academy and their cadets. Brigadier General James Bagley, Delaware Army National Guard, Representative Kim Williams and her husband, Newcastle County Councilman Tim Sheldon, State Senator Karen Peterson, State Representative Michael Ramone, Newcastle County Executive Thomas Gordon, Delaware Military Academy Guard Color Guard and Bugler, Brian and Linda Woodcock, and I think I've got just about everybody here. And Tom Gears, who's going to be giving us some fascinating history on locomotive number 98, which is the steam engine that is standing behind us, and its rich history and how it contributed to World War II. At this time, I'd like to call up our first speaker today, Senator Karen Peterson.
Thank you, Ed. Once again, you have a beautiful day for this event. And I'd like to thank the Wilmington Western Railroad for hosting this event every year. I think Ed said it's their 7th year doing this. And it's a wonderful event, one that I always look forward to, because it gives us a chance to reflect upon the sacrifices made by members of our armed forces and to honor them for those sacrifices. I'd like to recognize my friend Jim Young, a proud Navy veteran and kamikaze survivor. Jim recently celebrated his 90th birthday. Happy birthday, Jim. To him and to the other veterans who are here today, I say thank you for all that you have done to protect and defend our country and to give us the freedoms that we all enjoy and all too often take for granted. Freedom isn't free, and you, above all others, know that to be true. All Delawareans, all Americans need to pause and remember that because of you, we are all free. Thank you for that. May God bless you and bless this great country of ours.
Thank you very much, Senator Peterson. Thank you for being with us today. And now I'd like to call up to the podium here, Newcastle County Executive Thomas Gordon.
Thank you very much. And as a veteran myself, let me first start by saying thank you for all the veterans that are here for your service to this country. Secondly, our wonderful Delaware Military Academy that appear everywhere anymore. Almost at every celebration that I'm at, and that great rendition that they did, you'll be congratulated. And thirdly, I'd like to thank Wilmington and Western Railroad. You know, Timmy, in the 90s, we restored this train, we built this platform, and all these beautiful lights. And I think the state and the county need to recognize that this is more than a toy. This is a natural resource that puts Delaware above many other states. We need to add this into everything we do as we try to revive this economy. This is an economic stimulus. You hear that train running from here to Oakcastle and back again. We need to do more of our part. So thank you all for coming out for this historic occasion, and God bless you.
Tom, thank you very much for being here with us today. At this point, I'd like to bring up Brian Woodcock. He has a long history of his involvement with the Wilmington and Western Railroad, and he's going to speak to us about various involvement with the wars and the conflicts and how the railroads played a part in that.
Thank you, Ed. Honored veterans, special guests, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming out today to share this day with us in the Wilmington and Western, a day we set aside to remember, respect, and honor our veterans, not only of the past, but those that serve today. I was going to speak about railroads and the war, but a young man just showed up who made me feel quite old. Where is he? Where's my speaker? There you are, there you are, there you are. This little fellow, many, many years ago, used to help me fire and run this locomotive. And I often wonder what happened to him. Well, he grew up, he matured, he became a teacher, and now he's become an author. I'm very proud of you. But sure you do make me feel old. I would like to deviate slightly. If you notice when military men meet, they salute each other. Well, that is an outward sign of recognition and respect. And you'll notice that when people meet and greet, they shake hands. That's an outward sign of friendship and openness. And I believe they are the very elements of democracy and of civilization. We hear about all these ISIS terrorists out there that are threatening us. Well, don't be afraid. We're going to terrorize them. If you'll notice, it is a civilization war. They have not yet become civilized. I remember when I was a child, I used to chase after the GIs, these guys. I was a 6-year-old boy in England during the war, and I would get chewing gum and chocolate from these fellows. And I remember thinking what kind, happy-go-lucky people they were. Now that I'm an American, 57 years later, I realize it's a privilege to be an American because you have everything here. And don't you doubt it for 1 minute. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I would say to you, say hi to a veteran and say thank you to a soldier, a sailor, airman, or Marine, because they are guarding what we have so long fought and held for. God bless them, and God bless the USA. And now it's my pleasure to introduce my lifelong friend, my wife, Linda Woodcock, who will speak on behalf of the women veterans.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Brian. There are many years of honoring veterans through reenacting. I've become very aware of the need to maintain our freedoms through military and political strength and public awareness. Today in particular, I'd like to thank the women veterans and those who serve today. You deserve a lot of credit, a lot of respect, and a big thank you. In the past, it used to be called a man's world, and in other countries, it still is. And this places additional burdens, responsibilities, and concerns upon women. Therefore, in my role as a reenactor, I can do what I am doing today to honor and remind everyone that we have this freedom because of their service and their dedication to our country. Today I'm wearing a World War II U.S. Army uniform that belonged to veteran nurse Lieutenant Hazel E. Chipman. I want her to know, and all women veterans, that we will never forget, and we truly appreciate your service and your dedication. Thank you, and God bless America.
I got two microphones now. Always ready with a plan B. That's how we work here at the Wilmington Western Railroad. Most of us here are volunteers, and we believe in our mission here and what we do here at the railroad, and we're always ready. If anything comes up, whether a tree comes down across the line, we're ready to handle that situation to make sure that our trains get out of the station on time to keep our passengers happy. On that note, I'd like to continue on with our program today, and I'd like to bring up to the podium here County Councilman Tim Sheldon.
Thank you very much. This is also my seventh time coming. I don't know if this is the first time, I cannot remember. My family comes, but my father was in the military in the Air Force, and I know he's sitting in the back there, sitting at the table at 84. It's quite a scene to see him come. And my sister's son is in the Navy at the moment. I think I've talked about that before, if anybody remembers, where he's stationed at in Kings Bay. And just to say what the General Woodcock said, don't think people aren't over here trying to gauge in us and our military on the wrong side. I just know what he's in, what special services he is in, that he hasn't said a lot, but he just said there's a lot that goes on that we do not know about. So if you do see a military person, even though it might not be overseas, please shake him or her hand. Because there's a lot going on that is quiet and that they're serving our country that you don't know about. So I want to thank again with Ed Lipka and the rest of the Wilmington Western Railroad. I agree with Tom, County Exec, as long as we're here, we're going to do everything we can to make sure this is up and running and ask for any help, whether it's money or just labor. You can give labor or you can give some time. That's a lot of money that you're giving just by using your hands. So thank you very much, and congratulations once again to the veterans. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councilman Sheldon. At this time, I would like to bring up the young boy that Brian Woodcock referred to. Tom Gears has been doing a tremendous amount of work here at the railroad since he's been a young man. and he's working on a book. I'm sure he's going to tell you about that. And we're very happy to have him. Tom recently joined our special events committee, and we're just elated that he brings to the table with him a wealth of knowledge and a great way to keep this railroad alive.